So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your Gameshark back with another video on PocoF1. So here in this video I'm going to review yet another ROM which is based on Android 11 called as Hycon OS, and with this ROM I'm going to review a new kernel called as Sharky Kernel. So before we continue into this video, as usual, make sure you like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started with the video. So now how to flash this ROM. The flashing steps are really simple. You just need to wipe your Delvic cache, system data and vendor partition and flash the ROM with DFE, and you can also flash Magisk as optional, and after first successful reboot you can flash the kernel. So now heading into the settings and about phone, here you can see it's Android 11 version and it's called as Hycon OS, and the kernel which I'm using is the Sharky Kernel V2. The Android security patch level is of 5th June 2021. So now coming back, going into the security options, you have the IR face unlock available and it's working perfectly fine. So now heading into the battery options, here you have the thermal profiles available inside the battery options and also the battery percentage. Here you have your battery statistics. So now heading into the customizations of this ROM, there's a separate option called Hycon Hub. Clicking on that, you have the first option called as themes. Inside that you have the dark theme option, your icon shape, your status bar icon style and your QS style menu options. Heading in the status bar option, here you have your VOLT icon option and the data disable icon options and much more options related to your system settings. Going into the quick settings option, here you have the media player and colored header icons available. Going to the buttons option, here you have your wake up device on volume rocker and playback control option available. Going in the notifications option, here you have your notification headers and notification sound effective. Going to the lock screen option, here you have the double tap on sleep and double tap on wake up, which is working perfectly fine, and if I click on the status bar twice, my screen turns off automatically. And there is also status bar option available in this ROM. Now heading into some Geekbench 5 mark scores using the Sharky Kernel 2, I got a score of 511 and 2165. The scores are pretty good with this kernel. Now heading into some CPU throttling test, I'll be performing this test with 100 threads and let's see what the score we get. So after performing this test for 1 minute, the maximum score I got was 2,35,000 and an average score of 2,24,000 and a minimum score of 1,95,000. Although I didn't clear the background apps, but still the scores are pretty great in the CPU throttling test. Heading into the Magisk safety net, the Magisk safety net is true as default, so you don't need to hide your Magisk manager. Although I've hid my Magisk manager in order to use my banking apps. So now heading into the FKM app, here you can see the maximum frequency for GPU is 825 MHz and I've updated the latest GPU drivers. So now heading down here you can see I'm using the Sharky Kernel V2 and it's working perfectly fine with this ROM. So now heading into the Lawrun APK, I'm using this because I'm using the Lawrun kernel profile version 3.4. In order to manage the profiles, I'm using the Lawrun APK. So it's working perfectly fine with the Sharky kernel, and there are so many options like double tap to wake up, Z-Drive and touch tweaks available. And there is also your charging speed option in the Lawrun APK app. There is also Hycon wallpapers available. There are so many wallpapers available for this device and I've chosen this anime character. And also one thing about this ROM which I liked was the boot animation for this ROM is really good and I liked it a lot. Now let's head into the gaming performance of this ROM. Although I didn't have the time to play classic matches, so instead of that I played TDM in full HDR and extreme. There were no rendering lags in close range fights. And also you can let me know in the comment section playing a bootcamp match and if there's any major FPS drops or not. So now heading into the heat management and battery backup. In normal usage I got an active drain of 8% per hour, which means I got a 10-hour on-screen SOT. And heading into the heat management, the maximum heat was 44 degrees Celsius and I think the ROM is really good with the Sharky kernel. You can also use other kernels like Lawrun kernel or Niko kernel. You will be getting the same performance like you're getting in this ROM. So that's it for this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.